This is like a playground here? This is a studio workplace, and you're disrupting me. That is not cool.
Despite being married for years, Justin and Hailey Bieber often seem to have a complicated dynamic, almost resembling that of enemies. We've gathered some of the most unbelievable moments from their relationship that are almost too wild to believe. There's also quite a bit of speculation suggesting that Hailey Baldwin might have pursued Justin relentlessly until he married her. While it eventually worked out for her, there were moments when she seemed to question if she had made the right decision.
I remember calling my parents when we decided to get married, and I said, "This is the time. I need you to stop me from doing something crazy."
If Hailey had taken more time to think things through, she might have avoided the constant embarrassment she faced from Justin Bieber, especially during moments when she was trying to explain something to him.
No idea.
Saw it on your phone.
Unfortunately, things don't seem to improve for Hailey in her marriage to Justin, as they continue to have numerous chaotic moments. Even though Justin is the person Hailey has always dreamed of being with, it must be difficult for her to endure being treated this way.
Just honest, babe. I can't. Don't touch me right now. Like, not right now.
I thought you need to.
No, just in general.
There have been many instances where Justin embarrassed Hailey in public, and while some people have tried to justify his actions by saying they were just caught at a bad moment, the couple's own videos filmed in their home or car completely disprove those excuses. Here's one example of that.
If you weren't so hot, I would have got rid of you a long time ago.
From sarcasm to serious moments, Justin Bieber never seems to miss an opportunity to put Hailey in uncomfortable situations. It's heartbreaking to witness how many times she endures this behavior, especially considering how much she worked for the position she's in today. A position that in many ways doesn't seem as enviable as it might appear. Here's another wild moment between the couple.
Sucks, but the form. I just want to sure that for me. Huh?
Ironically, their shared laughter only made the awkward moment worse, as it quickly became even more uncomfortable. Of course, Justin, Hailey's concerned about your Lyme disease because she's your wife. But it seems like Hailey had to explain this more than once, probably because Justin doesn't fully understand it most of the time.
I was helping, even every freaking day, this doctor with you for months. So.
Yeah, but
Despite the reasons Hailey laid out, Justin wouldn't agree, and even though they're married, it's clear he doesn't always view Hailey as his equal. That moment ended up escalating into an argument.
Sometimes
if I was kidding about the Lyme disease, I would have won.
right, but I didn't say that. I'm just saying that you were taking all the
It's clear and unfortunate that Justin has been through a lot, but the person who shouldn't have to bear the brunt of his rude attitude is his wife. On many occasions, he seems much kinder to others, as seen in this instance.
Well, we're so blessed and honored to have you on our live, and thank you for doing this. You look gorgeous, obviously.
And as for being blessed and honored to have Hailey in your life, Justin, that sentiment doesn't always come through. When Hailey tried to reflect on how marriage has been for her so far, it didn't go well at all, leading to yet another wild moment between the couple.
One thing I don't like about being married is that you start a little bit messy sometimes.
Oh my god. It's not true.
A little bit.
Hailey can't even express a legitimate complaint without it being brushed off, as she's often seen as the lucky one who got what she wanted.
Look at this room, and let's really look at whose stuff is in here. It's all your stuff. Your makeup, your Adidas stuff.
That's yours. That's your idea.
When Hailey isn't complaining, something she rarely does herself, as others on the internet often do it for her, she's trying to show Justin affection. However, it doesn't always go as planned. Hailey might have Justin, but it comes with a lot of restrictions, which definitely wasn't what she signed up for. Reflecting on it, the signs were there from the beginning, especially when Justin left all the wedding preparations to Hailey.
He's not very involved, to be honest. I think he trusts my vision.
The vision didn't quite play out as Hailey might have hoped. She should have realized back then that she would be carrying the weight of their marriage on her own, with little to no support from Justin.
He was involved in pretty much all of the decision making as far as like the wedding was concerned. I just basically showed up.
Surprisingly, even though the wedding is behind them and they've been married for years, Justin still doesn't seem fully comfortable with being married to Hailey. It's not all that shocking though, given how their relationship began.
It's a journey, and I remember when I first got married, I hit a little bit of an emotional breakdown because I thought marriage was gonna fix all my problems.
Since the marriage hasn't managed to make Justin happy, Hailey continues to bear the weight of it all, and things don't seem to get any better. The truly sad part isn't just the marriage failing to solve Justin's problems, but the fact that sometimes he forgets he even has a wife. A shocking moment, like when he slammed the car door on Hailey, really highlights this disregard.
What up, man? What's up, Justin? Good morning, Justin.
And you want to know why this is so sad? It's because Justin would gladly open the door for a friend, but when it comes to Hailey, the best he can do is slam it in her face instead. Hailey has always been so proud of Justin, and that's one of the reasons she was so determined to be with him. However, even when she tries to celebrate his small victories now that they're married, it never seems to go as planned and often backfires. Knowing that Justin isn't always fully engaged in their marriage, Hailey took matters into her own hands and released a cute video that was supposed to be about her husband filming her. However, fans quickly caught on that she was actually filming herself and pretending it was Justin, especially when they zoomed in on her eyes. Now, Hailey knows better than to try tricking the fans who always have their eyes peeled and can figure things out in an instant. This was especially evident when Justin was asked a simple question about their relationship, but had to pause and think hard before answering.
How did you and Hailey meet? I don't think I've ever heard that story.
How did we meet? We met in the early mornings of a Today Show taping. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to be there.
Fans quickly picked up on the fact that Justin wasn't being truthful, likely because Hailey had already filled him in on the details. Alleged evidence suggests that Hailey wanted to be wherever Justin was performing, yet he continued with his version of the story anyway.
Her dad dragged her out of bed in the morning. He basically was like, I think because she was raised Christian.
Until he finally mentioned what many people believe to be the truth, it seemed like Justin was trying to dodge the reality of the situation.
It was an arranged marriage, I'm pretty sure. Looking back now, I'm like, it was definitely an arranged marriage. Like, they set this whole thing up.
When the question came up, fans of both Hailey and Justin were hoping to hear a romantic fairy tale about how Justin fell in love with Hailey. However, the outcome was far from what they expected. He revealed that they got together because they are both Christians with shared values, supported by their families. While that still sounds nice, it felt pretty disconnected from the way many other celebrities speak about their significant others. Interestingly, while they share similar values, their paths seemed to diverge when Justin took a different direction from Hailey's. This moment went down in history as one of their most insane. Hailey initially seemed to be waiting for Justin as soon as they walked out, and even though they might have had different places to go, the way they parted only added to the ongoing drama surrounding them. It's another example of the actions that continue to place them in a bad spotlight. However, there are times when Justin is in a good mood, and when that happens, we get to see those rare, amazing moments that remind us of the good sides of their relationship.
We were looking for hints of each other. Do you remember? Yeah.
So you can.
Justin definitely couldn't remember, but he did a good job of playing it off. Hailey, on the other hand, seemed happy to discuss everything, including all the events leading up to the kiss.
The first time we kissed was during New York. We got on dinner together. And we were skating.
Then, Hailey finally got to the moment, and it was still a lot of fun, a good memory that fans would love to hear more about.
That we walked on the date. And we kissed.
Or, okay.
Were you a good kiss?
Yeah, I was a good kid.
But it quickly turned into an unhinged moment when Hailey recalled her age at the time. It was a surprising detail that caught fans off guard.
72, I think?
This puts the timeline into perspective, considering that Justin was still in a relationship with Selena Gomez at the time. Hailey ends up getting blamed for everything by just about everyone, and even Justin doesn't spare her in their own home.
I don't bake him breakfast every day. No, I'm kind of lazy. I didn't make the bread. I did not create it. Eat it without bread.
Justin almost choked on dry bread, and despite Hailey's efforts to make the experience better for him, she still ends up taking responsibility for it. Even though she tried to help, things didn't go as smoothly as she'd hoped.
I made you dip the eggs with bacon. That's what that's for. Yeah. I want the house all to myself.
Even after Hailey made her husband a meal she thought he would appreciate, it turned into an embarrassing moment they had to cover up with sarcasm. But you know what's the most unhinged moment they've ever had? It was when Justin revealed that he was still hurting when he started seeing Hailey, even after telling her he might not be able to give her his all.
I'd let her know prior to the tour when we were hanging a lot. I said, listen, I'm still really hurt and still trying to figure out my way, and I'm not ready to make a commitment to you.
He went on to list everything he wasn't capable of at the time, and the signs weren't just subtle, they were loud and clear. Justin made it audible enough for Hailey to recognize all the red flags right in front of her.
I'm not in a place to, be faithful and all this sort of stuff that I wanted to be, but I just wasn't there yet. I was just hurt from my previous relationship.
Hailey didn't mind because she was finally close to the life she had always wanted, being with Justin, even though she knew he was still dealing with the mess from his past relationship.
I was really upset. In my previous relationship, I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just, being reckless. This time I took the time to really build myself.
Justin was working on himself at that point, but there were still many unresolved issues from his past that Hailey believed she could fix.
She would reach out to people that were that we knew, right? You'd hear oh, he's doing so well. And she would be so pissed off because she's he's not doing well without me.
Things seemed to take a positive turn at one point, but on the wedding day, it almost felt like Justin was being sentenced. He was incredibly shaky, and it was clear that the weight of getting married to Hailey was affecting him.
I was shaking.
It almost seemed like Justin's marriage to Hailey surprised him, especially when he had to ask Kendall if she ever saw their union coming.
Did you see this coming?
See what coming? You two? Honestly, no, I was super I didn't know, you know what I mean? I think I hoped.
However, what Kendall saw coming might not matter much, as Hailey fell deeply in love and had a literal falling moment while chasing after Justin, who often seems impossible to catch up with.
Go, Hailey, don't fall, don't fall. Oh my God.
It's one thing for a celebrity to act unhinged toward others, but it's a completely different story when it comes to a romantic partner. Justin's indifference toward Hailey hits especially hard because of the expectations that come with their fame. They're both public figures, constantly under scrutiny, millions of people dissecting every move, from Instagram posts to paparazzi shots and offhand comments that turn into conspiracies. Hailey's no stranger to the spotlight either, having grown up in a family of famous parents where cameras were always around. However, unlike other polished celebrity couples who present curated smiles and PR-approved statements, Justin and Hailey have done things off the book, creating wild, unforgettable moments in their marriage. Despite having their good days, the unhinged moments remain in the public eye, making their relationship feel like a never-ending story of ups and downs.